Buddy, we're gonna do another quick look at some stuff. Might just be a quick one today because there's only a couple of new things. Haven't been uploaded to the compendium yet, so we're actually going to go to heroscapers.com and take a look at the stuff from there. And yeah, I'm just gonna again go over it. We'll see how what I think of it and go from there. So we'll start off with Wing Commander Tuck Harrigan, or as I like to call him, Flyer Tuck, because I am that kind of pun person. So, Vorid, unique hero champion, precise, small 3, 60 points. So, gonna bond with the bears. 4 life, 5 move, 6 range, 3 attack, 2 defense. Those are decent stats, especially for 60 points. So glide in. Harrigan does not start the game on the battlefield if Harrigan is not placed on the battlefield. Before revealing a numbered order marker, you may roll a 20-sided die. If you roll a 13 or higher, place Harrigan on an empty space. You cannot place Harrigan adjacent to other figures or on glyphs. Evasive 1, when Harrigan rolls defense dice against an attack figure not adjacent, add 1 defense die. And flying. So, a couple things to point out with this one. So, 60 points for bonding, ranged, flying. That's very good. Especially because you don't have to spend anything to get him involved in the game at all. It costs you a d20 roll that you can do every single time that you want. There's no drawback. Basically, the only time I would consider maybe not doing it is if you're not yet bringing in the bonding squad or anything like that. If you're not doing that yet, no, I would probably hold back on bringing in Flyer Tuck. But if you aren't, if you're just like, if you've got them going on, you roll that every single time. So 13 or higher is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that is 8 out of 20, so that's going to be 40% chance. Is that right? No, that's not right. No, that is right. 40% chance that, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, actually, 40% chance that he shows up whenever you decide to roll for this. So, in a given round, the odds of that not happening is 60% times 60% times 60%. 6 cubed is so about 20%. So basically, you do this, the round that you start deciding to do this, you've got a 1 in 5 chance of him not showing up. So he's probably going to show up. And then again, ranged flying, so he can fly. You're pretty much, so evasive 1 means that if you're shooting at him from range, he's probably going to have 3 or 4 defense, because he's probably going to be on one of the highest points on the battlefield. And he's going to be shooting down at you with 4 dice from 6 range. Again, and he's a bonding hero for 60 points. This is a very good figure. This is really good. Even without the bonding, that's still pretty darn solid. Like, yeah. About the only thing I would say is, if you have this guy in your army, do not wait forever to bring him in. If you've ever played with Airborne Elite, once you get that roll, you bring him in. Don't wait too long to start trying to bring this guy in. I'd honestly consider start trying to bring him in end of round 1, beginning of round 2. If I'm leading with the Frost Claws, I'm rolling from the start of the game. So, yeah. Good card. Really good card. This guy here. Top notch. I like it. Imperator Kane. That is the guy in an AT-AT walker. So, Vorid, unique hero champion, fearsome, huge 10, 140 points. So, also bonds with the Frosties. 5 life, 5 move, 5 range, 3 attack, 4 defense. It's going to be fairly beefy to take down, and it's, again, so it's a ranged bonder, but this time, no flying. Stomp 8 once per turn at any point during Kane's normal movement. If Kane is on a space for his movement, you may choose an adjacent small or medium figure whose base is no more than 5 levels above Kane's base. Roll 20-sided die. For roll 8 or higher, that figure receives 1 wound. So, this is like Trample Stomp, except a couple of things. Is this a double space figure? No, it's a single space figure. So 1, that you can basically just you can just thwack anyone where you are. You do not unlike Torkola, you don't have to stop in that spot. You just have to be able to theoretically end your movement there. And you just get to choose, and you just get so 8 or higher is fairly likely. That is about a 60% chance, or at least it feels fairly likely. You're going to get it most of the time, or maybe not most of them. You're going to this is going to chip away at a lot of things. Worth noting, you can use this as a form of disengage. You can totally use this as a form of disengage because you can do it when you're next to someone, you're moving past someone, you can just swamp them. It's great. Solid stuff. 5 range, 3, yeah, no. It's also great if you want to end somewhere, swamp something, and then shoot at something else with 5 range. Yeah. And again, bonds with the Frosties, so you can even clear out something that's like holding up the Frosties. Boom, done. Success. So, like, yeah, another solid card. Maybe a touch expensive. 140 points is a lot, but this is a really powerful ability. I would not underestimate that. 65% chance for the Stomp? You're right, it is. 65% chance for Stompy. Yeah, which is, yeah, that's still really good. 65% chance. Yeah. No, another solid. Oh, we got Exiles of Sundered Sea. So that's going to be the Dawn Raider. Where are you? There we go. We've already seen you. And we've seen you. So this is this one. So integrated, Unite, Sneak Squad, Pirates, Tricky, medium 5, 75 points. 1 life, 5 move, 1 range, 3 attack, 2 defense. Okay. All right, that's solid, 75 points. So Black Powder Pistol. Start the game with 3 Black Powder Pistol markers on this card. Before taking a turn with this Exile's Ascendant Sea, you may remove important powder mark from this card to add 4 to the Exile's range for the rest of the turn. You only use this power once per round. Okay. Stealthy. If an Exile is Sundered Sea you control, stack my opponent's figure that is not adjacent, at least 1 skull is rolled. This is almost the exact power that's on the Buccaneers of Tortuga. That's the VC unit that they did for Pirates. Yeah. They basically, 13 or higher, get to just basically run away and do their own nonsense. And, yeah, no, it's a great power for Pirates. It's great. They run away, they do stuff, and they have disengage. So... one of the nice things is that you can disengage with them and then shoot things. One thing that I notice is interesting here, also, I don't know if they play nicely with the other pirates, though, because 1, they don't have the bonding, and 2, they don't have the big one is they don't have the bonding, and the attack bonus doesn't really help them as much with the Black Powder Pistols. They're not bad, but they're also 2 defense and 1 life. They are going to die in any kind of melee fight. And they also don't get like the bonus defense from like the other pirates get. I don't know. I don't hate them, but like I definitely am the most worried about this one. Like there's going to be against a ranged army, they're going to do some massive damage, but they aren't going to they're not going to be as helpful if you're fighting anything melee. Maybe not massive damage, but they can just being able to just pop off 5 range whenever you want it from 4 figures. It's some good stuff. I just think that they're going to be a little. It's 2 defense and 1 life. I think that just is going to die a lot quickly. 75 points is just a little too much for that. I don't know. I want to like them. I love Aquila units. I really want to like them. These are all fun powers. And I honestly think you could have gotten away with giving them 3 defense. If they had 3 defense, I would like them a lot more. Or if they had the ability, or if they had that like bonding ability, I think I would like them a lot more. But as it is, I don't know. They're not bad. There's going to be some matchups where they do great. I just think that there's going to be a number of matchups where you're just going to see them all die like in a turn before you get to really even use all their powder markers. So honestly, if you are playing with them, I think you want to be careful with them. You don't want them to get involved in any kind of melee combat. You probably only want to take like a turn with them around and just use these powder markers. So that's kind of, I think, what you need to do is you need to just have them. They feel more like a filler unit for an army that isn't trying to go all pirates. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, sorry, one of my viewers has talked about how the XLs are 75 and the Knaves are 65. Yeah, the Knaves are definitely better, in my opinion. But as I'm kind of thinking about this more, if you don't play them like the other pirate squads and you instead play them as like a background, like basically you treat them as if they're a ranged squad and you put an order marker on them for your first couple of rounds of using them, and you just kind of keep them picking their targets, they could actually end up being really I think that's the way to use them. I think if you try and run up and engage your opponent or anything like that, you're gonna be disappointed. They're gonna die hard. What you want to do is you want to basically treat them like a unique range squad that you're putting 1 order marker on a turn, you're burning that black powder marker on that turn, and you do that for like 3 rounds, and then you go from there. I think that's the way to play these guys. And that could probably make them earn that 75 point price tag. All right, one last one. It looks like we got here. Admiral EJ1M. Where's the picture? There we go. So this figure, we've been told, is actually named for, or at least has an illusion, not illusion is the wrong term, homage to a former Heroscaper admin and great member of our community, Jim, who passed away. I forget exactly how long ago, but it was fairly recent, like within the last year or two. Great person. I only really got to meet him once, but fantastic individual. And so it's really nice that he's getting an homage here on a card. So this is Admiral EJ1M. As you'll see, Jim. I love that. That's so nice. Okay, so Solborg, unique hero, Admiral menacing, large, 170 points. Okay, that's really okay. Interesting. Not a captain, not anything like that. Okay, wow, for 170 points. Okay, what do we got here? 3 life for 170 points. 5 move, 1 range, 4 attack, 6 defense. Okay, these special powers better be phenomenal because 170 points. Okay, Admiral's orders. When rolling for initiative, you may move any order. After rolling for initiative, you may move any order markers from this card onto any of your pirate or captain army cards. Okay, yeah, that's actually a really good power because that basically, man, actually that, okay, that actually helps. Okay, and let's see. Boarding party special attack, range 5 attack 2 plus special. You may attack up to 4 times with boarding party special attack. Roll 1 additional attack die when attacking a figure engaged with a pirate or captain you control. After each attack, if that was the first time you attacked the defending figure this turn, you move 1 pirate or captain you control up to 4 spaces. You may not move the same figure more than once in a turn using boarding party special attack. Okay, alright. I see what's going on here. So, the Admiral here can be an order marker hub in a way that the other, so I feel like you don't want to put the Admiral and the Widow in the same army. You can, but that's 320 points in 2 figures. Can you fit the other squads in? That would be 575. So you'd be looking at 140 with 320 already committed. You're looking at 460. Yeah, you run out of points really fast if you put both in the army. But what's really nice is, you know how I was talking about put one order marker on them around? You can do that with the admiral's orders. And you kind of keep this figure in the back. Well, actually, this is not a bad ability to use at various points. Yeah, you can definitely use that. 4 attacks of 3 from range, or 2 even. Admittedly, it's only range 5, but that's still really nice. Admiral's got Soulborg and large immunities, so that helps. 3 life and 6 defense, though. I think you'll find that that's going to go, like, you want to be careful with the Admiral. 3 life and 6 defense you'll go through that a lot faster than you think you will. And for 170 points and that ability to move order markers onto, give you essentially ultimate order marker flexibility with pirate cards. Yeah, you want to be very careful. Yeah, I think that's I don't think he's necessary for pirate armies. I do think that he makes this card a lot better. Like, a lot better. This card becomes so much better with the Admiral. The other pirate cards can kind of do their own thing without him. But I think that if you're building any kind of pirate army, this, with the Admiral, these are going to be a top pick for that. Yeah. I think probably the best option, based on looking at all of this, is to probably build, like, you probably want to build with, like, the squads and then the cheaper pirate heroes. I think that's probably going to be your best call, just because it gives you the most flexibility and the most ability to do things. The Widow is very good, and I think she might be slightly better than the Admiral. But I think that overall, I think you can combine the two of them, but I really only do it for much larger games. So we got some interesting abilities here. We got some interesting army stuff. The Pirates have so many mix and match options, which I think is a great call, because you want them to have a bunch of options. That's so on theme for the Pirates. So overall, so far, I like pretty much all of these units a lot, actually, having looked at all of them. I think they all do some really cool, interesting things, and I'm excited to see what else comes out. I'll probably upload this again to YouTube in the not too distant future, and catch